I'm Benjamin, and we are still on the tasty train in Korea. This time we are in the Gochang area in the south of Korea. You see, it's very warm outside, and as we say in Korea, we came here to escape from the heat. That's the way we say in Korean, 피서를 떠난다, it means going on vacation. But before discovering the delicacies of the Gochang area, I want to take a bath to escape this summer heat. Please help me with that. You remember that in Korea, in summertime, we have special nutrient food to fight against the summer heat. For example, the samgaetang, the chicken soup. But we have also, in this area especially, a very famous dish which is the eel, baemjangho in Korean. This place is especially famous for the pungcheon eel. What is it? Pungcheon is a special word describing this kind of river. Pung means the wind and cheon the river. That's a place where the tidal sea waters meet the river waters because of the strong winds bringing all the tidal sea waters inside of this long river. This pungcheon, which is a general word to describe this kind of phenomenon, here this one is called the Incheongang, the Incheon River. And this brings a lot of food for the eels. So traditionally, that's the place where we had the wild eels. I'm going to meet my friend Delphine in Seoul for this delicious eel meal because I want to have some experience with her before going to the real place. And here she is. Hello Delphine, comment tu vas?
Comment vas-tu?
Very well, thank you. Have a seat.
Thank you so much. Wow.
So you see, I was waiting for you and they prepared this beautiful table. And I hope you will like it. It's a little bit special today. I told you, right?
So this shall be the eel.
Eel, yeah. It is the eel that we are going to have.
Today is my first experience of really tasting the eel as food.
Okay.
So, shall I try?
Go on, yeah.
So you use the stick as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you like it?
How to describe? There's no bones first. That's a good point. No?
Yeah.
So it's very easy to
chew.
chew. It's quite heavy, no? It's quite dense.
It's dense, and
It's very
I don't
dense.
know how you feel it, but for me, and I like it, when I eat eel, I feel a kind of soil taste, earthy taste. Like, it's something which is not fishy, it's not sea-oriented taste.
Like if it was coming from the land.
Exactly. I think it's because the eels live in the mud most of the time,
That's true.
in muddy lands. So I think that's what gives them this very pungent, strong soil.
Very heavy feeling.
Nice, yeah.
It's true that you don't need any meat after that because
No.
it's really
rich.
really rich. Well, I should try the skin, but maybe for the
You
second.
see, yeah? It's the glaze.
Did you try the skin?
Yeah, and
So?
even the bones in Korea, you can deep fry the bones, and you eat them almost like a snack. So it's interesting too, especially with alcohol. It's very nice.
Okay.
Does it match your taste? Do you like it? Is it like something you would have again?
Exactly. I will have it again,
All right.
surely. And I was a little bit anxious before coming to have this lunch with you because I didn't know at all what I was going to taste. But really, it's I think there's a sweetness which gives a very nice taste. I love this rice, red rice with beans. So tell me about the future. I've heard that you were going to Gochang. Is that true?
Yeah, we go to Gochang. We go to Gochang for the eel. We are going to taste, see different recipe. We are going to see how they raise the eels in the farms. And we are going also to see the chonilyeon, the sea salt. You know very well the sea salt, right?
Of
I know that you are a specialist of the Guérande sea salt in France. A world specialist.
Well, let's say I try to understand the complexity of such a product, and I had a chance to meet the producers and the chief of the organizer, of producers organizing.
So now, soon, we'll have the sea salt from Gochang or from Wuhan, from Puan, etc. Very famous on the tables of, hopefully, the best chef of the world. So that's what we are going to check in Gochang.
Please, tell me about your
I
trip
tell you everything, yeah. Alright, so we have to have a look at this pond and see why we are doing this here. 안녕하십니까, 아저씨? 안녕하세요.
예, 안녕하세요.
예, 뭐 하고 계십니까?
갯벌장어 잡고 있어요.
아, 그러세요?
예,
예. 여기는 해수라고 들었습니다.
예, 했습니다.
여기서 이렇게 해수에서 특별히 이렇게 키우는 이유가 있습니까?
갯벌에는 무궁한 영양분이 많지 않습니까?
예.
거기에서 우리가 인위적으로 사료를 안 주더라도
예.
여기에서 영양분을 먹고
예.
자연화를 시키는 장어입니다.
I see. So, you know, this place is very special because it's a special technique of the area. We raise them in fresh water for 8 months, and after that, we put them in these seawater ponds for 6 more months without any feeding. They will feed on plankton or on small shrimps, on whatever they can find, the minerals, or in the clay, in the special clay that you have at the bottom of these ponds. It's like a diet for them, and it's going to make these eels leaner. They are going to be lean and firm, delicious for eating, you know, less fat than the other ones. He says it's very hard to take them because they are very slippery. So first we need absolutely that...
잡아보세요. 오케이.
아이고. Look at that. So 이거는 뱀장어예요. Okay, that's what we call in Korean 뱀장어, eel. Oh, she wants to bite me. Okay, bye-bye. It's very strong. Have you seen that? No, it's like a muscle. It's like a pure muscle. Maybe that's why it's so good for health, for stamina, they say. 재밌네요. So we are in the Sonunsa temple area, in a place famous for the Pungcheon River eel restaurants. As you can see, we have a lot of restaurants around there, and all specialized in jango, which is the eel. And we are going to try in this place one of the recipes, of the many recipes. Let's start. The first one I try is the salt one. Oh, that's good. It's good because it's grilled at the perfection. It's not oily, which is often the case with eel, and that could be, you know, like a little bit difficult to eat too much when it's too fat. And a very nice fragrance. You have this very rich flavor of sea and mud and clay, you know. Okay, now I'm going to try with the sauce. That's good too. Not spicy at all. It's a very good compliment because It doesn't hide the taste of the eel. All right. With some ginger, adding a little bit of buchu, chive. Well, for the eel is full of calories. It's a high calorific dish, full of proteins, and there is a lot of non-unpolyunsaturated fatty acid. You have 20 times more vitamin A in eels than in beef. The special part of eel, which is the tail, like this part, is usually reserved for men, and you can imagine why. Eel is good for virility. I'm going to try. We need to see how they make it. I want to learn it. I want to learn the recipe. Let's go to the kitchen. Let's go in the kitchen. The first process is taking out the backbone of the eel, taking out also the blood, cleaning it, and slicing the flesh. And we are going to see the cooking over there. 그 다음에는
먼저 물부터 익히고 난 다음에
예.
다시 뒤집어갖고
예.
기름들을 좀 빼줘야 돼요.
아, 기름 빼기 위해서 이렇게 하시는 거죠?
네.
아,
장어가 고단백이기 때문에
예.
기름들을 좀 빼줘야지.
빼줘야죠.
이제 소금 좀 뿌려야 돼요.
네. Alright. So this is the last process, very simple. A little bit of salt. 그 양념장은 뭐뭐 들어갑니까?
양념장에는 주 원료가 고추장,
예, 고추장.
그다음에 물엿,
예,
그다음에 나머지 가정 양념.
예.
자, 물이 들어가고 생강, 마늘, 종종 등등.
Alright. Depending on the size of the beets, depending on the thickness, etc., you are going to have to put more or less sauce. So that's what he's doing now. We see during the cooking, he's adding some sauce on the eel. I give you the name, scientific name, Rubus coreanus. This is the black raspberry from Korea, bokbunja. Look at that beautiful color, a deep purple color. It's almost like a Bordeaux wine color actually, and it's a perfect match with eel. They say that it complements the different properties of eel in terms of health and also in terms of taste. And this is a perfect match, especially because in this area of Gochang we find a lot of the bokbunja, the black raspberries. The bokbunja. I think now it's time to go and discover a little bit more about this bokbunja. We must add it to our trail in Gochang area. And let's go and discover the secrets of the bokbunja making. Let's go. This is the bokbunja fields, and this is in English raspberry or black raspberry, and the scientific name is Rubus coreanus. Rubus, it's the same family than the raspberry. Raspberry, but this one is Koreanus, it's the Korean raspberry. If you come to Korea and you want to make the difference, it's very easy. Look at this one. The bokpunja on the stalks and branches have a white powder on it. You see? Whereas the raspberries are just green. So this is this white color which makes the difference. Now the harvest has been done, so we don't have fruits anymore. But we are going to go to the farm and see the process and the different recipes with it. Here is the place, the bokpunja cooking place. 안녕하십니까?
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 네. 와, 좋은 자리에서 뭘 맛있는 거 준비하시는 것 같습니다. 네. 어디서 앉을까요? 여기서 이쪽으로? 예. 예. 와우, look at that. 와. bokpunja. Wow, that's the black raspberry. That's the black raspberry. 이게 냉동 거죠?
예.
지금 뭐 만들고 계십니까?
청편 만들고 있어요.
청편. 오케이. Rice cakes. Rice cakes with the raspberry. 그 복분자하고 같이 섞여서 만드십니까?
네, 닭공자로
좋은
반죽해요.
네.
닭공자로 총편 반죽을 했어요.
네.
네,
그러면은 쌀가루
네, 쌀가루.
하고 복분자 어떻게 갈아서 하십니까? 어떻게?
주스.
주스처럼.
네, 주스 만들. 주스도 갖고 왔을 텐데 갖고 왔어요. 저거 갈아갖고.
Alright, so that's the basic recipe. You have some rice flour that we mix with the bokpunja juice extract. With the Chinese characters, bok means to reverse, to turn over. Bun is the name for the chamber pot, you know, and ja is the name for this kind of fruit. So this is literally speaking a fruit that if you eat it, you can turn over with your urine the chamber pot. That's a strange story, but it proves that traditionally in Korea, bokpunja is associated in traditional medicine with the fertility, virility. It's good for men, for the genital organs in general, for the virility, the strength, and it's good for women as well for the fertility. That's in traditional medicine, but it's not completely I would say it's not only a point of view of the traditional medicine only, because we discovered recently for the bokpunja a lot of other qualities. In Western medicine, I mean. Scientifically speaking, what do we have? Nowadays you can find a lot of different things.
네, 드세요. 예,
네,
잡으세요.
예.
딱 따라 드릴게.
Yeah. So this is in Korean. Oops. The jup. Jup means it's like an extract or juice.
옷에만 안 왔지만요.
없어요. 괜찮아요.
좋아요, 그래도.
차가 있는데.
아니, 휴지 그거 갖다 놨어.
닦아내야 돼.
딱 별도 괜찮아구만.
Wow.
가면 가서 시켜요.
I will have a shower of course after that.
기사 허리.
좋죠, 맛이 좋죠.
맛있어요, 진짜.
되게 맛있어요.
진해요.
예.
Wow, that's extract.
옷이 4개 있어도 참 만나대. 옷이 4개 있어.
진짜.
나는 옷이는
하면 만들어.
You know, that's something which is very nice. This place, you know, this pavilion, the maul, the village
이렇게.
pavilion.
이렇게.
이렇게.
이렇게
아,
눌러야 돼.
그거만.
That's the spirit of the village, you know. People,
이렇게.
yeah.
아빠
People,
여기 이렇게.
like a small cup. People meeting under this pavilion.
남자도 이쁘게 맹근 사람 잘
And
만들어.
you know, exchanging the village news and working together, or just relaxing. You know, when the sun is setting after
이쁘게
a
만들어.
long
아들랑-
hard day of
아들랑요.
work, just you know, enjoying the fresh air. I cannot speak. Trying to explain something nice.
사진 찍고 막
Look at this color, beautiful color.
저기요, 가스레인지 막
And the smell is good also.
네, 빤딱 들고
맛을 하는 거.
독특해요. 맛있어요?
내가 아까 딱 찍어서
그냥 많이 들어가요.
맛있어요. Over there, we have the Gochang Bay tidal flats. That's the wetlands. That's another part of the wetlands. Here we are in a sea marshes where we make the salt production, the sea salt production, sun-dried. That's what we call in Korean chonilyeom. It's very important because the salt is at the core of Korean cuisine. Could you imagine any jang, all the soybean products without the salt? Soy sauce without salt, it doesn't exist. What about the kimchi? Kimchi needs the salt. And also the jangaji, the preserves. Salt is really at the center of the Korean cuisine, as a base, I would say. 보통 그 소금 언제쯤 제일 많이 수확합니까?
4, 5월달, 6월달까지 오고
예.
또 이제 7월달에는 장마니까 장마 끝나고 8월달, 9월달, 10월달, 예.
10월달까지.
예,
겨울에는 할 수 없습니까?
예, 10월 말까지
만 하고.
예.
예. 그 날씨가 너무 추워서 그럴까요?
예. 날씨가 춥고 그때는 이제 좀 해가 짧아지고 그러니까
맞습니다.
예.
예.
소금, 예.
선생님 여기 보니까 이거 창고죠?
예.
예. 오래된 것 같은데요?
오래됐습니다. 한
예.
60년 됐
오. I told you that the salt was important in Korean food, and we came here to this Komso Chotkal market to prove it to you, to show it to you in detail actually. Salt is important because it is used to make this basic food. 안녕하세요. This basic food is what we call in Korean the chotkal. So chotkal, it's different seafood parts which are preserved, pickled in salt and also in red hot chili pepper paste and other condiments to be kept a long time. So it's a kind of pickle. It's eaten as a side dish. So they are doing it. They are doing it directly themselves. It's nice ginger smell, taste. A lot of different recipes depending on the house, of course, and that's something very, very, very interesting because it's going to bring all year round. It's absolutely wonderful because with the blandness of the rice all mixed together, it makes a wonderful match, and it's still very important in Korean food. So, how was our trip in the Gochang area? Did you like it? We had a lot of good and very nutritive foods, so it was a very interesting trail once again. But as you can see, this is the rainy season. and the weather is changing very fast, so I think it's time to say goodbye. And I see you next time for our next tasty trail in Korea. Bye bye. Au revoir. Chon Ilium, if you look at the Chinese character which makes the name, Chon is for the sky, and Il is for the sun. So it's a salt, Yum, which is a meeting of the sky, the sun, so it means the wind as well, and the seawater. It's an encounter of all these elements, which makes the quality of this salt compared to other kinds of salt industrialized salt or salt coming from mine.